Hey, hey, hey. It's good to see you guys. I'm feeling better. I am feeling better, though. It's good to be back. It is good to be back. And I've had a rough few days, both mentally, physically. I think I actually was fairly sick in a lot of ways. I wasn't feeling good. Let's just say that. Feeling much better today. Still recovering. I broke a sweat last night, a very hard sweat. And Ty Lord says he's here extra early, but I'm sorry. I want to apologize to everybody. I haven't streamed in like 2 or 3 days. I did send a post to anybody who's wondering where I went. I wanted to let everybody know, like a day ago, I think, that I've just been feeling under the weather. I was feeling so shitty. I think it was actually food poisoning. Because honestly, food poisoning is like one of those things that it's tougher for me to deal with. And I just felt terrible. So I'm better now, thank goodness. But I'm just, oh man. Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see my boy Tyler, though, my biological stepson. Good man. But we're on board. We're getting everything set up here real quick. But yeah, I've just had an emotional few days as well. You know, when I'm feeling sick, I also it's a time for me to reflect on life, and I just feel like I haven't been. You know, I've been neglecting people who really matter in my life, and it's, you know what I mean? I've spent a lot, I'm trying not to spend so much time doing this, you know? I'm trying to make it to where I only do 6 to 8 hours of this 5 days a week, you know what I mean? I know I've been building this up, but at the end of the day, I mean, you know, my girlfriend, you know, I feel like, you know, I pay attention to her. I make sure she's good. But, I've been reflecting on a lot. I just feel like I need to be more available, you know. And that matters to me, you know. And she's been, no women problems. In fact, she's been completely supportive of everything. I love her. She loves me. I'm just saying that I feel like, me personally, just since I've had some time to reflect on things, I just feel like I've been neglectful to my family, and it's not a fun feeling, but it was a good thing for me to realize. So, as much as I want to spend time on this show, and I'm going to, I'm not going to spend as much time on it, if that makes sense. You know, I'll still maybe spend like 6 to 8 hours a day on the show doing live streams and such, but yeah, she's an amazing person. You know, I gotta, like, she's amazing. I just, you know, I was tearing up earlier, just, she is amazing, and just, yeah, I just, as much as I want to spend more time doing this, I'd rather, you know, I want to spend a healthy amount of time doing this, not an unhealthy amount of time. And as much as my obsession has been, has led to good outcomes, you know, I can ease off the accelerator a little bit. You know what I mean? I can ease off of that accelerator. I don't have to be as obsessed as much as I want to be, of course. But yeah, tonight we're going to talk about like the war in Iran, the U.S. war with Iran, Give me a moment. But yeah, I think hey, thank you, Nate Dogg, for the happy poop yum yum. I appreciate that, bro. But yeah, I think having a few days off and being sick, you know. Nate Dogg says, "Quit playing sick. Rent is due." But yeah, no. When I was having the time to reflect, though, really means it meant more to me than I realized. Even though and you know, sometimes I just feel guilt, and I think it's good to feel a little guilt from time to time. You know, I think especially if you're aware that maybe you haven't been your best. You know what I mean? Like as in basically just more available for the ones that you love, and that I actually legitimately feel bad about. And no, but I am. I don't know if I honestly feel like it might have been food poisoning or something like that. I can't tell. I mean, it could have been. I don't know. It was tough to say, but nah. Nate Dogg, you're not feeling sick, are you? Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I did get Nathan sick, I'm gonna feel pretty bad about that. But if I did actually get you sick, Nathan, I do want to apologize, man. I don't like getting people sick. Give me a moment. Oh, shit. So, Nathan, were they sick? Oh my, if I got people in your house sick, man, if I don't know. So, Tylord's saying that there's a virus going around too. Okay. I mean, yeah. If I did get anybody sick, I do want to apologize. But Nathan, you haven't been feeling sick or anything? Oh. Oh, okay. So it sounds like everybody's been getting sick. Okay. Well, at least I know I'm not like... I guess I feel a sense of relief that I'm not contributing to any suffering, so... Whew. Hey, you're a smart man, Nathan. Yeah, those air purifiers, though, they're really good. I gotta admit, I do love my air purifiers quite a bit. Yeah, Bill, everybody's sick. Damn. Well, so, as promised in the title, I claimed we were going to react, I guess, to to a few, I guess, because we haven't been live for 3 days. So I figured I might as well react to the latest news of the Iran war. No, absolutely, big dog. But yeah, keep taking the zinc and the vitamin C, man. That's actually a good thing. So now people are it looks like somebody in the chat is asking if I'm pro the war in Iran. I'm not a big fan of war. I think it should be considered as a last resort. In this instance, I'm not going to pretend to know all the justifications for what's happening, because I don't. But I will say this. I think that with what was happening in Iran, with the fact that they were literally publicly executing people who were opposing the Iranian government, that doesn't sit well with me. So, I mean, the Iranian people are celebrating in the street right now. So at the same time, it's like, I think war should always be a last resort option. Always a last resort. It should never be the first option. It just shouldn't. War should never, ever be the first option. It should be like the last option if you got nothing left. Like, as far as like other reasonable routes. So no, I'm not necessarily a fan of war, even if it's, not going to lie, even if it's probably going to bring a greater good. You know, I just think that there could be a better way to do it, but who am I to really at this point judge? Give me a second, you guys. Give me just a moment. I'm going to pull up additional things. Yeah, no, I feel you, Nate, dog. You don't want to get sick now, man. Mixed martial artist is asking how can he tell if a guy like is gay or not. He is super. Well, the best thing you could do is ask. I don't know what the result's gonna be, but at least you know. You know, I'm assuming that you're a dude, so I would say go up to him and ask, are you gay? Be like, hey, you could be like, I think you are, you could just say, you could just say something like you think the person's attractive, something along those lines. And, it might help, But no, I'm not necessarily a fan of regime changes. I'll admit that. I'm not, it's not my, it's not something I'm bound to just be like, hey ho, Gaudio, yeah. I'm not really about it. I think that, first off, I don't really think there's really much you could do to save Iran. I think Iran is a failed state, if we're going to be honest. So even with U.S. intervention, I don't think you're necessarily going to fix the stupidity that is that country. You know what I mean? I just don't think you are. So that's the way I think about it, So let's see what since I'm lazy and I don't like to do a ton of research, I typically yield to Asmin Gould. So let's take a look.
Weakened Iran. That's in Iran despite years of sanction.
Exactly.
Imagine a year from now or a year and a half from now, the capabilities they would have to inflict damage on us.
Exactly.
It's an unacceptable risk.
Yes.
Especially in the hands of a regime that's run by radical clerics.
Yes.
The Ayatollah was a radical cleric. That entire regime is led by radical clerics who don't make geopolitical decisions. They make decisions on the basis of theology, their view of theology, which is an apocalyptic one. That has to be taken very seriously as well.
Damn, he calling it out.
That's the purpose for what this operation is all about. That's what it's focused on. As the President said earlier today, it is on or ahead of schedule. I will defer to the Department of War to discuss the progress being made at a tactical level. But it was the right decision and an important decision for the safety and security of the world.
Okay. So, what I'm getting at here with Mr. Rubio is he's saying he's basically calling out the current regime of Iran, basically saying that they're all basing every single decision that they make off of a very archaic theology. Granted, I'm not a fan of the Middle Eastern religions. I'm really not. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a fan. I think my problem is, like with the Holy Bible, for example, I'll give you an example here. There's the Old Testament, then there's the New Testament, right? That basically the New Testament is part 2, right? Part 2, it's you know what I mean? The Quran never had anything beyond a part 1. There's some weird, I haven't read the whole Quran, mind you, but I've seen some translated quotes. I mean, the Old Testament's not any better, but the New Testament was at least an upgrade. So I'll give like Christianity some props. They at least had a part 2. And look, I'm not going to try to diss any religions. I'm not saying that one religion is, well, I guess you could say this. Not all ideas are created equal. Some ideas just suck. Some ideas are good. And I think that's true. But yeah, that's the way I see it, at least. Let's keep going.
Does Congress have to weigh in? Is the president accountable, and does Congress have to weigh in? And
no, Congress doesn't have to do shit.
There absolutely was an imminent threat, and the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us. And we were not going to sit there and absorb a blow before we responded, because the Department of War assessed that if we did that, if we waited for them to hit us first after they were attacked, and by someone else, Israel attacked them, they hit us first, and we waited for them to hit us, we would suffer more casualties and more deaths. We went proactively in a defensive way to prevent them from inflicting higher damage. Had we not done so,
attack everyone?
There would have been hearings on Capitol Hill about how we knew that this was going to happen, and we didn't act preemptively
and they let it happen.
Casualties and more loss of life.
Exactly. That's completely right. That's totally right.
So basically, if I'm reading this right, Israel had preemptively was going to attack Iran one way or another. And essentially, because Iran did say that if they get attacked by any country, they're going to attack the U.S. in some capacity, whether it's military bases, stuff like that. E.T. says, what up, Garza? Long time no see. You ready for deployment? My boy Tylord saying, yo, E.T., dude. E.T., my boy, dude. It's good to see you guys. Oh, man. Oh, this is good, dude. This is good. This is good shit. Let's keep going, dude. Let's keep going.
strike because of an impending Israeli action?
No, let me two things I would say. Number one is, no matter what, ultimately this operation needed to happen. That's the question of why now. But this operation needed to happen because Iran in about a year or a year and a half would cross the line of immunity, meaning they would have so many short-range missiles, so many drones, that no one could do anything about it because they can hold the whole world hostage. Look at the damage they're doing now. And this is a weakened Iran. Imagine a year from now. So that had to happen. Obviously, we were aware of Israeli intentions and understood what that would mean for us, and we had to be prepared to act as a result of it. But this had to happen no matter what.
Secretary, President Trump said overnight that his top choices to now run with Iran were killed in the strikes. Does the United States have a firm plan for how they...
I don't think that's what he said.
...handle this power vacuum in Iran to ensure that Iran hardliner does not take power?
So two things, and two things very true. Number one is our mission and our focus is the destruction of their ballistic missile capabilities and their ability to manufacture them, as well as the threat posed by their navy to global shipping. That's their objective. That said, we would not mind, we would not be heartbroken, and we hope that the Iranian people can overthrow this government and establish a new future for that country.
They probably
We'd
will.
love for that to be possible. But the objective of this mission is...
Well, here's the thing. I mean, it depends on what the Iranian people are able to do. You know, I think that... I think the thing that sucks about war is loss of life. And the briefer this war can go, the better. I think the best thing that can be done is just get this over with, you know. If we're going to do the regime change, make it quick, you know. And, yeah, I just... It's wild to me, man.
The destruction of their ballistic missile capabilities and of their naval capabilities.
So are you saying, based on that, are you saying that there is no responsibility, no plan for the U.S. to at least play a role in whatever government comes next?
We might. We'll see how circumstances play out. But
how could they possibly know that?
Of this operation are. The objectives of this operation are to destroy their ballistic missile capability and make sure they can't rebuild it, and make sure that they can't hide behind that to have a nuclear program. That's the objective of the mission. That said, abundantly clear, we would love for there to be an Iran that's not governed by radical Shia clerics, as I've said
that would be
myself repeatedly for years. The leadership of that country does not reflect the people of Iran, and I think that's been pretty apparent in the protests that you've seen.
Oh, yeah, and the people of Iran were basically celebrating, you know, when the leader of the Ayatollah was taken out, you know, and look, the problem with regime change is it's a messy business, and as long as this only lasts weeks and not decades, that's okay. I'm still, like I said, I'm not a fan. I'm not particularly I'm not gung-ho about this, but I'm not necessarily against it either, because here's the thing. People were getting rounded up in body bags, killed by their government, publicly executed in Iran. Right? And by a very corrupt regime. And why wouldn't they be cheering? Well, here's the thing, man. Here's the problem, though. In Iran, dude, their government was literally publicly executing protesters. They were there was actual video. People need to realize that this is real shit. And this is what blows my mind. I don't know. People just... Yeah, sorry, I'm clipping... I know this is unprofessional of me, but I'm clipping my nails. Give me a second. But yeah, while I'm clipping my nails, I wanted to say that... I think this... Should this have happened? I don't know. I mean, Maybe it should have happened sooner. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, Trump was able to take out their dictator. So that regime in Iran actually had a real following. Why? Why would anybody follow that? They were publicly executing anybody who protested the active government. That doesn't sound like a good government to me. It sounded like people only liked the government and forced compliance. The only people who like an authoritarian government are typically people who are forced at gunpoint to like that authoritarian government. So what I'm trying to say is, it's like, what are you getting at? Just because, and honestly, I think a lot of the Iranian government support is fake. I don't think it's real. So I don't know. I'm not necessarily. Look, I think it sucks that this is an option. It sucks that it had to be. And the sooner this is all over, the better. But yeah, it's wild. And here's the thing, though. I don't think that we should be involved in the regime change. I don't think we should. I don't think Trump's an authoritarian, no. I honestly don't. I mean, he hasn't expanded his. I mean, he does do a lot of executive orders, sure, but anyway, let's continue watching this. Let's keep going.
Yeah. If there's something we can do to help them down the road, we'd obviously be open to it, but that's not the objective. The objective of this mission is the destruction of their ballistic missile capability.
Regime change has not gone well for the United States.
The what now?
Regime change has not gone well
here we go.
for the United States for many, many decades. How do you assure the American public that things will not...
Well, and that's an interesting thing. That's the elephant in the room question is, yeah, U.S. has been historically terrible at implementing regime changes. I'll admit that. Could it be different under Trump? I don't know. Is it possible? Maybe.
Get worse for the next regime.
Neither is dealing with the Ayatollah.
Well, we would love to see this regime be replaced. And ultimately, as the president has said, he calls... No, but let me finish my answer. As the president has said, he would love for the people of Iran to use this as an opportunity to rise up and remove these leaders. They've been wanting to remove them from a long time. We've seen successive waves of protests.
That's why they had the protests.
And we've seen them slaughter people. Okay? But the objective...
Yeah, and the protests were real, man, by the way. The protests were real. People, like, in droves, were protesting the shitty Iranian government. And the people who were protesting were getting publicly executed. So don't tell me that don't tell me anything about that shit. All right, don't tell me, because I think you know the answer. I think you know the answer. But give me one moment. Give me 1 second here. I got to clip the rest of my fingernails here. I'm clipping my nails. Hold on. I got to get my nails did. I'm gonna eat those finger. No, I'm just kidding. I was very to say I was gonna eat those, but no, I'm just kidding. Let's take a. Let's keep watching.
This mission is to make sure they don't have these weapons that can threaten us and our allies in the region. That's why we're doing what we're doing now.
Yes.
And while we would love to see a new regime, the bottom line is no matter who governs that country a year from now, they're not going to have these ballistic missiles and they're not going to have these drones to threaten us. That's the objective of this mission, is to deny them the ability to use ballistic missiles to threaten their neighbors, to threaten our bases, to threaten our presence in the region, and ultimately as a shield behind which they can do whatever they want with their nuclear weapons ambition.
Exactly.
I mean, this all sounds pretty reasonable. I mean, that sounds reasonable to me. And look, Iran has said multiple times, even if the country is not, like, let's say it's a country that is not the United States of America. Iran has said, look, if we are attacked by any country, doesn't matter whether it's U.S., we're just going to retaliate against. That's what they're going to retaliate against the U.S. So that is something to keep in mind. That's just the reality of it. That's the reality, man.
We were not going to let them hide.
Jesus
and that's
Christ.
why this was such a critical mission to undertake now, while they were at their weakest point.
This
and
is
not a year
great.
from now, where they could inflict even more damage and perhaps already be behind.
Thank
that point
fucking
of
God. Jesus. Rubio's great. I
Go
know.
you and then you.
This is amazing.
Your critics in Congress have said that they should have a role, they should be able to weigh in here. And
Why, so they can waste time? Fuck 'em.
Okay.
In Congress later this week.
It says okay.
So I guess one of the big questions for me is, though, what is Trump's end goal? I'm hoping that the goal is to make this as brief as possible. I'm hoping that is the end goal. I would like to see an end to this ASAP. Because, like I said, I don't like new wars. If there is a justification for it, fine. They are trying to just take out the head of government in Iran. Still not too sure how. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Well, we did. We notified Congress. I mean, we notified the Gang of Eight. We notified congressional leadership. There's no law that requires us to do that. The law says we have to notify them 48 hours after beginning hostilities.
We did.
Done that. I think the notification went today. But we did notify members of Congress in advance. But we can't notify 535 members of Congress.
Of course.
Well, the Congress can vote on whatever they want, but there's no law that requires us to do that. And I want to say something, because I see people on TV. Look, that's fine. If they want to take a war powers vote, they can do that. They've done that. They've done that a bunch of times. But there's no.
It doesn't matter.
Saying that there's no law that requires the president to have done anything with regards to this. To begin with, no presidential administration has ever accepted
First
the War
Hispanic
Powers
president?
Act as constitution.
Probably will be.
Not Republican presidents, not Democratic presidents. That said, we have followed the notification at 48 hours, and we're here today. I've done more Gang of Eight briefings than I got in the 4 years that Biden was president, and I was a member of the Gang of Eight. All of that said, we've complied with the law 100%. And we're going to continue to comply with it. We've done the notification, and we officially to Congress, but we did notify members of Congress. We just can't notify 535 people. That's not possible.
He's so good.
Twice. I briefed them last week, and then I called them the night before the operation.
I gotta admit, I'm a little gay for Marco Rubio. He's pretty well spoken, but no, I mean, he's bringing up a lot of points too. He's basically getting to the point, and that's the point. He's letting everybody know. And I don't know how all of it works when it comes to declarations of war. But it sounds like this was a necessary move. I mean, the more I'm listening to this, it all seems pretty justified. It sounded like Israel was going to go through with an attack. We could have told Israel to stop. Maybe we did. Maybe Israel was like, fuck you. We're just going to go ahead and do it, But who knows? I am not entirely too sure, but it's interesting. I'll tell you that.
Can you tell us what you know the Secretary of the Administration knows about the strike on a building in southern Iran that the Iranians are saying was a school?
The school.
Including children killed.
Yeah, I've seen those reports. I would refer you, not because I'm not trying to answer your question, but I don't want to.
Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow, so don't forget to tap that subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. We're trying to get to 10,000 subs before the end of March. I don't know if we're going to actually make that possible, but hey, the closer we get to 10,000, the better. I want to also say thank you. I've been really thinking about this lately. I feel like I haven't been thankful enough. Like I want to actually express true gratitude, like real gratitude. And not just to everybody in my life, not just to me, but the people in my YouTube life, you know. Obviously, I already know Ty Lord in real life, and I love Ty Lord. I love my boy Nate Dogg. Those are people I know in my real life. Those are people I care about. Thank you for subscribing to the Michael Garza Show. Oh, shit. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. Thank you, Donique Mitchell. I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. But no, I want to say that I'm thankful to the people in my YouTube life, like the actual people I've never met before. You know, obviously, like people I've never met before, for example, Tim Smith. He lives in Canada. Really cool dude. Hockey fan. Amazing guy. Loves his hockey. E.T. says, you know me in real life, too. E.T., how the hell do I know you in real life, bro? Do I actually... E.T., how the hell do I know you in real life, bro? I don't think I've ever met you in real life. Have I? I mean, maybe. E.T., how the hell do we know each other? I'm pretty sure I've never met you in my life. I mean, then again, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. Oh, I'm just letting everybody know how much I appreciate them. You know, I appreciate the people in my real life like you, Ty Lord, and like my boy Nate Dogg, my boy Antoine, and and people in my real life and stuff. But also the people that I've met through YouTube that I've never met in the real life. Oh yeah, that's right. E.T. is always in my walls. I forget about that. Somehow E.T. finds his ways into my walls. Damn it. Go figure. Hey, but everybody, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. We got 8,543 subs. We're getting closer, man. So the more subscribers we get, the better. So don't forget to tap it with your tip. Subscribe, man. Subscribe and tap it with your tip.
Get it wrong. The Department of War would be investigating that if that was our strike, and I would refer your question to them, and I'll make sure they're aware that you have that question. But we'd like to know.
American missile.
Well, clearly, the United States would not deliberately target a school. Our objectives are
What?
missiles.
I thought we were trying to blow up the kids.
And the ability to launch them, and the
Wait,
one-way
we're not?
drones. That's what would be our focus, and that's what we would be focused on. We would have no interest and, frankly, no incentive to target civilian infrastructure.
Okay.
The Iranians are, on the other hand.
Hey, thank you, Donique. Thank you, Donique Mitchell 7510 for subscribing to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Everybody, let's give a round of applause for Donique. Appreciate you. I do appreciate you. And everybody who subscribed in the past as well. I appreciate all you guys. Let's keep going, man.
And targeting civilian infrastructure.
They are.
You guys have seen it. I'm sure
Terrorism.
You've seen it. They're hitting hotels.
They're terrorists.
They're hitting embassies. They're hitting airports. They're hitting oil infrastructure.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be very tragic, but I can't speak to the details behind it because I'm not.
I'm so glad he's not playing into this.
It would be a tragic outcome if it's happened. I
Thank
don't have
God.
the details as to what led to it. But what is
Don't play
clear
into
is the
this
United States
bullshit.
would not deliberately target a school. They are, on the other hand, deliberately targeting
Emotional
civilians,
manipulation.
as you've seen, because you know why? They are a terroristic
Karen
regime.
ideology.
Well, it's true. The Iranian regime was literally attacking its own people. They were attacking anybody who even slightly opposed their warped ideology. So yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if the Iranian government, as it currently stands, starts attacking its own civilians. A terrible regime like that, it makes perfect sense to me that they would. I don't think it's ethical in any way, but it doesn't surprise me that they are. Give me a moment. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that ain't getting no love from me. hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that ain't getting no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. A scrub is a guy who thinks he's fine. Oh, sorry. I had to sing No Scrubs real quick, though. Give me a moment, though. I do need some water. One moment. There we go. Oh. Here we go. And by the way, I want to make sure I'm very clear on this. I am not rooting for a war. I think that war should always be the last resort of anything. But, you know, let's keep going.
They sponsor terrorism and they participate in terrorism.
What's your message to Americans who are concerned about rising energy prices given the spiking of oil prices today?
Yes, and we knew that going in would be a factor, and so we have a program in place that will begin to be implemented by Secretary Wright, Secretary Bessent. We talked about it last night, again, about this program.
Rubio's
we talked
cracked.
This morning.
Yeah, I know.
And starting tomorrow, you will see us rolling out those phases to try to mitigate against that. Obviously, markets are going to be reacting to news about what's happening. And again, a reminder.
Rubio and Hexeth makes it sound like they thought this out.
I mean, not going to lie. When energy prices go up, technically the energy companies that and it sucks that I have to profit from. I mean, I like to profit, but I don't like to profit from the result of war. Technically, all the energy companies that I own in my portfolio are going to go up. All the gas companies that I own and in price and value because, well, they're going to make a little more money, unfortunately. Ty Lord says, I'd rather be uninformed than misinformed. Oh, I can agree with that. That's the thing. I'm one of those kind of guys that I feel the same way. I feel like if I watch the mainstream media enough, I feel like my mind gets kind of scattered. I don't spend a lot of time watching the news. I really do think it is bad for one's health. But yeah, I do try to, the only time I really watch the news is when I'm doing this show. I do like to keep an eye on headlines, but that's about it. Let's keep going.
Regime, led by radical clerics, has the ability, potentially, to shut off 20% of global energy.
That's a bad thing.
That's the kind of leverage they have because of their Navy. We're going to destroy their Navy. But there is a plan in place.
Oh, man, dude, if they actually destroy the Iranian Navy, that's huge. Like, if they can actually find a way to destroy the Iranian Navy, that is huge. That's really huge. If they pull that off. I mean, we'll see what the result is, but damn, dude.
We anticipated this could be an issue, and Secretary Wright and Bessent will begin to roll out those steps starting tomorrow to mitigate against the impact that could have. I got to do this briefing, so I got a couple more.
Do you anticipate putting boots on the ground, and how long do you anticipate the conflict to last?
You said a month.
We don't. Let me say two things about it. Number one, the president always has the options to undertake whatever operations he decides to do as the commander-in-chief.
Yeah.
That said, we believe the objective that we have set for this mission, which is the destruction of their ballistic missile capabilities, both launch capability and manufacturing, can be achieved without ground forces. Right now, we're not postured for ground forces, but obviously the president has those options. He's never going to rule out anything. But right now, our focus is on the destruction of their ballistic missile launchers, their ballistic missile stockpiles, and their ballistic missile manufacturing capability, as well as their one-way attract drones and their Navy, because of the threat it poses to global shipping.
How long is this?
Exactly, by the way.
I will say, I mean, if you take out the Navy, the Iranian Navy, I mean, that would be a step in the right direction. Considering, I think, from what I've heard, the Iranian Navy hasn't exactly been trustworthy or friendly in a lot of ways. So, yeah, I mean, this could change a few things, man. But make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways, so please don't forget to subscribe. Tap it in the upper right-hand corner. It really does help the channel grow. Let's give a shout-out to Donique Mitchell one more time. Thank you for subscribing to the Michael Garza Show. Don't forget to tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner.
Good. Right there in the middle. Yes, sir.
Is there a diplomatic exchange going on right now between U.S. and Iran?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, not at this time. I mean, look, we always have people that reach out from inside of governments. You don't know if they're authorized to reach out or not.
Yeah.
They're suffering a tremendous amount of damage. Honestly, again, I'm not going to give away the details of our tactical efforts, but the hardest hits are yet to come from the U.S. military. The next phase will be even more punishing on Iran than it is right now. Someone was screaming, how long will it take? I don't know how long it'll take. We have objectives. We will do this as long as it takes to achieve those objectives, and we will achieve those objectives. The world will be a safer place.
It's going to get worse
with this operation.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. As if they care about the schoolgirls, bro. Isn't that cute? Oh, yeah, you care so much about these kids. You're such a humanitarian that you're trying to cast aspersions and, make it convoluted and confusing as to whether, the regime that kills 30,000 of their own people, should you go after them or not? 150 people get killed. Let's cancel the fight. Oh, wow. No, honestly, Marco Rubio is great. I think he is amazing. We are so lucky to have...
No, Rubio is a stud. Well-spoken, understands the situation well. He's been in politics a little too long, in my opinion, but as far as career politicians are concerned, he does seem competent, well-spoken, so... Unlike Pam Bondi, who is, by the way, Pam Bondi is, ugh. She is terrible. Pam Bondi is the worst. But, hold on. Okay, here we go. Oh. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that ain't getting no love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best.
Marco Rubio in 2 days, by the way. Yes, exactly. This is great. And what about the girls raped and killed and sold by Iran? Exactly. Yeah, he is so good, man. And I'm so, we are very lucky to have Marco Rubio. He's a good communicator.
Hey, thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. But yeah, Asman's right, dude. I mean, Marco Rubio is a stud. And I know there's going to be people who are like, oh, you're just advocating for war. No, I mean, look. The things that were being done to the Iranian people by their own fucking government was enough to make my stomach turn. And when I found out that we were working with Israel to attack Iran's upper echelons of government, I didn't feel bad about that at all. I don't like it when anybody dies. I'm not a fan of any leader being killed, but it was pretty clear that what was happening in Iran wasn't leadership, it was dictatorship. And he was that regime was literally publicly executing their own people. So there's a part of me that's just like, I don't know how people can be so on board with that. And I don't know. I'm not saying it's used to justify war. What I am saying though is it's like, I don't know. It's kind of wild, though, man.
He explains things well. I think he does it with a degree of, oh, what is this? Oh, there's another one, too. All right, well, let's see what this is. I haven't seen this at all. And what the fuck? Let's see here. Joint message to Joint Force. All right. Here we go. This is new.
This is your moment. This is the generational turning point America has waited for since 1979. And since the rudderless wars of hubris, my generation, our generation, endured. Don't listen to the noise. Just stay focused. Our commander-in-chief is steady at the wheel. We face a determined enemy, but you are better. But we must prove it every single day. History doesn't care if we're tired, if we're scared, or if the fight feels big. It demands warriors who rise anyway. Peace through strength, the warrior ethos, lethality, unity of purpose, those are not slogans. They're the beating heart of what it means to wear the uniform, that uniform. You think clearly under fire, you act decisively in chaos, you uphold the Constitution, and you uphold our country without hesitation. We are not defenders anymore. We are warriors, trained to kill the enemy and break their will. Jesus. History is watching. Be the force you swore an oath to be, focused, disciplined, lethal, and unbreakable.
Damn, dude. Damn, and damn. Holy crap, man. This is wild, dude. I was actually worried because my buddy, I'm not going to say like his full name. In fact, I'm just going to call him Mr. C. My buddy, Mr. C, serves in the Navy, and he was stationed out in Bahrain. Well, he's stationed out in Bahrain. I checked in with him; he's fine, but there was a missile that had hit the naval base there. But my buddy Sea Dog is totally good. I just don't want to, give any hints to his identity or anything, just because, just want to make his life a little easier. So, but he's a good guy. I'm just going to call him to you guys. I'm going to say his name's Mr. C.
We will finish this on America First conditions of President Trump's choosing. Nobody else's, as it should be. And know this above all, President Trump and I have your back, always. Through fire, through criticism, through fake news, through everything. We unleash you because you are the best, most powerful, most lethal fighting force the world has ever seen. May Almighty God watch over you, and his providential arms of protection extend over you. Godspeed, warriors, and keep going.
Man. Well, shit. I mean, the thing is that some people...
That was a hell of a speech, man. Holy shit. That was actually a hell of a speech, dude. Holy fuck. Whew. That's enough to get people pumped, bro. That is enough to get people pumped.
People might say, oh, that's cringe, it's bad. There's a reason why recruitment's at an all-time high. Okay? There's a reason for that. And this is it.
I mean, Asman's got a point there, man. Asman's got a point there. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Trump's Middle East comments from 1980 interview resurface following strikes on Iran.
When you get the respect of the other countries, then the other countries tend to do a little bit as you do, and you can create the right attitudes. The Iranian situation is a case in point. That they hold our hostages is just absolutely and totally ridiculous. That this country sits back and allows a country such as Iran to hold our hostages, to my way of thinking, is a horror. And I don't think they'd do it with other countries. I honestly don't think they'd do it with other countries.
Shit, man.
Obviously, you're advocating that we should have gone in there with troops, etc., and brought our boys out.
I absolutely feel that, yes. I don't think there's any question, there's no question in my mind. I think right now would be an oil-rich nation, and I believe that we should have done it, and I'm very disappointed that we didn't do it, and I don't think anybody would have held us in abeyance. I don't think anybody would have been angry with us, and we had every right to do it at the time. I think we've lost the opportunity.
Interesting. So, let me replay that.
And I don't think anybody would have held us in abeyance. I don't think anybody would have been angry with us. And we had every right to do it at the time. I think we've lost the opportunity.
Shit. Now everybody's angry at Trump. And look, I'm not saying what he's doing is... Look, only time will tell if this was the right move, right? Only time will tell if this is the right move. So let's see. Interesting, though, man. Interesting. Let's see what
U.S.
this
Central
is saying.
Command confirms at least 6 service members have been killed since the start of the U.S. military operation in Iran. Fox News correspondent Caroline Shifley has more.
The Trump administration says the U.S. launched strikes on Iran after it learned Israel was planning its own attack.
We knew that would precipitate an attack against American forces.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio briefed top members of Congress on Monday.
And we were not going to sit there and absorb a blow before we responded.
U.S. Central Command says it's wiped out Iran's naval presence in the Gulf of Oman, down from 11 ships a few days ago to 0. Dozens of Iranian leaders have already been killed. President Trump says the engagement could last 4 or 5 weeks or longer.
We have the strongest and most powerful by far military in the world, and we will easily prevail.
Meanwhile, the conflict is expanding across the Middle East. The State Department is urging Americans to leave more than a dozen countries due to safety risks.
Well, honestly, if you're visiting the Middle East, I think that's a bad idea to begin with, so... I don't know. I don't know why anybody would travel to the Middle East. That's just me personally, but there are plenty of places to travel that are, not the Middle East. Ireland. Yeah, just yeah. Let's keep going.
Administration officials say Iran's growing nuclear capabilities led the president to decide a preemptive strike was necessary.
He knew that they were committed to getting on that brink of a nuclear weapon, and he decided to take action because he felt that was necessary in order to protect the nation's security.
Democrats disagree.
When we have American casualties and expectations of more, there needs to be the proof of an imminent threat to American interests.
Rubio says while the U.S. would welcome regime change in Iran, it is not the goal of the operation. He also noted the hardest hits are still to come. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Damn, man. Damn. Let's take a look at the fake fake Jim Carrey conspiracy. Okay. Okay, let's take a look. I've been hearing rumblings. Tylord says I'm gonna go with a movie planet like Pandora. It's funny.
The whole fake Jim Carrey body double replacement thing is really gone kind of bonkers, huh? So, Jim Carrey recently accepted an award, a very big, prestigious award in France, and while giving an interview, people were quick to notice that his appearance looked very different. Specifically, his face just seemed very off compared to how it had always looked. And instead of going with the obvious sane explanation of bad Botox and cosmetic work,
it honestly does look like he's done Botox or some sort of anti-aging thing, and it just doesn't seem to be going very well. That's what I'm thinking. I don't think he's been cloned or body doubled, as everybody keeps suggesting. You know, the conspiracy theories get a little redonkulous, but they're fun to listen to. They're hilarious. Raj of God says, Garza, what up, my brony bro?
Work in plastic surgery like everyone in Hollywood seems to do, and there are some botched surgeries that celebrities get that make them look like fucking facial animations from 007 GoldenEye on the N64. Instead of using like the logical explanation, people ran with something a little more extreme, that he had been replaced. They had fucking killed him. The deep state took him out back behind the barn and put him down because he was outspoken about like the establishment and stuff and how like evil and rotten Hollywood is, and he's talked about it quite a bit. So they thought, you know, maybe they came in there and fucking Dr. Robotnik took care of him and now impersonates him here.
That's what people are thinking, dude. I mean, the internet goes a little crazy with some of the clone. It's a clone. It's a clone. No, it's bad Botox. It's very likely bad Botox. And, yeah. You know, as much as I don't necessarily want wrinkles, I understand that wrinkles are a part of life eventually. You know? So it's whatever.
So they went with this like body double theory, and then a makeup artist named Alexis Stone poured gasoline on that fire, making a bold claim that this was actually a stunt from Alexis Stone. That wasn't Jim Carrey, it was Alexis Stone in a mask. It was a big, you know, pulling the wool over everyone's eyes moment, and then even posted a picture of the mask that was supposed to be the irrefutable proof.
Oh my God. Crazy. I just, sometimes the internet goes a little too far. And the problem is, look, granted, it didn't really look like Jim Carrey. You know, correct, it didn't. But I think it's honestly because he's done a little too much Botox. I think the solution's simple. Too much Botox.
In the pudding, except this mask isn't real. It's an AI-generated image. It's fucking clearly AI.
Yeah, it was AI-generated. See? I mean, like, it's funny because it's not proof. Oh, man, that's so funny, dude. Conspiracy theories are hilarious, though, man. I'll admit it. Conspiracy theories are pretty funny. But this has gotten out of hand, man. Gone out of hand.
But it didn't matter. That was enough for people to start taking the victory lap. We knew it. It wasn't Jim Carrey all along. Now we can only pray that he's safe. And we can only, with our fingers crossed and a banana squeezed deep between our butt cheeks, hope that Jim Carrey hasn't had his throat slit. It's like, oh, I mean, I guess I don't know why you would be so willing to just accept what I believe is pretty obviously an AI-generated picture of the mask. And also, if this really was an Alexis Stone stunt, it would be easily provable by having footage behind the scenes or pictures behind the scenes, but instead the only proof was 2 photos of Jim Carrey at the event and then this AI mask. And people were like, I knew it. Can't argue with the facts right there. Watertight.
Oh shit, my boy Kimoy, dude. Oh shit. Kimoy Chapman just sent several floating hearts for 10 joules. Thank you, Kimoy. Appreciate it. That's a lot of floating hearts. Let's see. 3, 4. Kimoy is my boy. Look at that, dude. Kimoy is sending me floating hearts. I appreciate the gift, man. I appreciate it, man. Holy shit. Combined 10 floating hearts. My boy Kimoy, dude. I missed you, Kimoy Chapman. Sorry I haven't been streaming for the last 3 days, brother. I've been trying to feel better. Today was the first day I actually felt functional, that I could actually move and my body felt like it could work. 15 float. Dude, I got a ton of floating hearts from my boy Kimoy, dude. Look at that. 18 floating hearts, 19 floating hearts, 20, 21, and 22. Thank you so much for the 22 floating hearts, Mr. Kimoy Chapman. I'm going to give you air kisses, bro. I love you, bro. I appreciate those. I really do appreciate that, man. Thank you. I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming tonight. I'm not going to lie. I think I might be streaming probably for just another 40 minutes. I'm still recovering, man. Hey, thank you, Kimoy. I love you too, bro. You're amazing, man. I want to say I'm thankful for you too. I was letting everybody know how thankful I am for everybody in my, obviously everybody in my real life, but everybody who I haven't met on YouTube, people I have become associated with through YouTube. I want to thank all the YouTube home dogs out there, man. I really do. You guys have been incredible and very supportive. So just to that alone, I just want to give you guys my immense gratitude, straight up. So you guys are amazing. That's all I got to say. Well, it's not all I got to say. I got plenty to say. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys keep this show flowing, man.
And then it also came out today. It's been confirmed by both Jim Carrey's rep and the organizer here, like the head of it, confirming that was actually Jim Carrey. He was even there with like his daughter, his family, like it really was Jim Carrey.
Oh my God, this is crazy, dude. This is wild. I mean, this is wild, man. Holy shit.
So the truth of the matter was, he just got bad plastic surgery done. He's had some bad Botox injected there, like countless other Hollywood celebrities. It's not uncommon or unusual.
What I don't understand is why are so many, if Botox has a low success rate, why do so many of these Hollywood actors even get involved in Botox? You know what I mean? It seems fucking stupid. And I'm a little bit critical of Botox. I think Botox injections it doesn't make sense to me. I'm a little bit critical. Quite a bit critical, but it's like, granted, I think it could be different for sure. But, flippin' wild, man.
Well, this shit happens all the time. I can't wrap my head around why this one was so big. I guess because it is so like uncanny, and Jim Carrey has been like outspoken about like Hollywood norms and stuff. I guess it is odd that he of all people would have work done like that, especially like very noticeable work. That is peculiar, but it is something that happens in Hollywood all the time, and it sucks. I mean, but it is what it is. And the links people ran with it in like the most wacky ways were mind-boggling. I saw a viral post about a picture of Jim Carrey from 2006 versus Jim Carrey in 2026 saying, "What happened? This can't be the same guy." I was like, brother, what the fuck? Did you just blow in from Stupid Town? It's been 20 years. He's kind of old now. He's getting older. And now he's like getting plastic surgery done, so yeah, he looks different. But even if he didn't have any work done, he's not going to look the same as he did 20 years ago. Nobody does. Like, what the fuck is happening here? Now, all cards on the table, I do think there probably have been a few instances where a very powerful person or celebrity has been swapped out for like a body double, a stunt double, like once or twice here and there, but probably not like a permanent switcheroo, but like maybe once or twice, when Howard Lutnick has been in the Oval Office giggling anytime Epstein's name has been brought up. Maybe it's actually Epstein in a Howard Lutnick skin suit, like that's the disguise and why he can't stop laughing every time that gets brought up. Maybe that's possible.
That's funny.
But for something like this Jim Carrey situation, I think it's just so obviously Botox, because we've seen that kind of thing before where someone gets work done and it looks like they're fucking cell shaded out of Borderlands or something, right? Like, it does happen. And the way he was like talking and emoting during the interviews, there's no way a mask could do that. There's just absolutely no way. But maybe you're not convinced. Maybe you think that Jim Carrey's rep and the award organizer are in on the scheme from the nefarious puppet masters pulling the strings, trying to convince you that this is Jim Carrey when it's not. That's your prerogative at the end of the day. Anyway, I'll show you some stream clips where we were going over the interview and comparing things and then looking at the Alexis Stone post for the evidence. But I think one thing's very clear. Alexis Stone was just trying to suckle clout from this whole thing, from the virality of all of it. What do you think about the fake Jim Carrey? We talked about it a little bit.
Don't diss Borderlands. This shit's funny.
I don't think it's actually a fake Jim Carrey, but he had that classic Hollywood work done to him, and boy howdy did it not go well. But I truly don't think that's like a body double or a replacement. I think it looks too close. The big difference is the eyes, but I think that's just bad Botox. Here, I'll pull it up.
Receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead. And I made mistakes, and I was like a novice, but I felt a lot of love, and I felt a lot of appreciation that I tried. Then I watched everybody like...
Yeah, it feels like Botox, but he doesn't exactly sound like, unless he's kind of gone through a bit of a spiritual change or something like that, which happens, people go through... various changes in life. It makes perfect sense, So I don't know. I'm a little conflicted. I don't think it's a clone, though.
Talking 1,000 miles an hour up there, receiving their awards, and I was like, I'm dead.
This isn't the whole interview, but it's from this clip here. It looks like porcelain skin, looks very uncanny. So people are speculating that this is...
You guys, don't forget to tap the like button, though. The more likes we get, the better. It does help the channel grow in a lot of ways. So don't forget to tap it with your tip. Tap it with your tip. Tap it with your tip. Tap the like button. Tap it with your tip. Tap it with your tip. Tap it with your tip. Tap the like button. But don't tap it with your tip. Tap it with your tip. Okay, let's keep going.
A body double, or Jim Carrey's been replaced. He kind of looks like the villain from Long Legs. Yeah. The big thing people point to are the eyes. Let me show you.
And here's the thing. I mean, he could be very self-conscious about the Botox as well, because he maybe knows that it was kind of a botched job or something like that. So it's, he's probably super self-conscious about it, is what I'm thinking. It's kind of what I'm thinking at the end of the day.
Because if you compare the eyes here compared to like every other time, it's very different. But I truly just believe that's the result of bad Botox, because that is a very real thing that can happen. So here's like older Jim Carrey eyes, and here's Jim Carrey during that interview. But that's just like a very real thing Botox does. People also said the eye color changed. Not really. I think he just has a lot more light in his eyes, so his eyes look lighter. I don't really think they've changed eye color or anything. Imagine your plastic surgery is so bad, people think you got replaced. I know, man. Have you ever seen a good facelift? They always look like plastic figurines. That's because you only can notice the bad ones. So many celebrities have had plastic surgery and you just don't know it. It's gotta be...
Really? I mean, I guess that is kind of true. Archer says, missed you, Garza. Missed you too, Archer, man. Hell yeah. My boy Ty Lord says the UK countryside is absolutely beautiful, and I've only seen... Yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, thank you, Archer. I missed you too, bro. Yeah, sorry I've been gone for 3 days. I'm not going to be streaming too long tonight. Just wanted to do like a little bit of an hour. You know, I just wanted to interact with you guys in the chat a little bit. You know, tell people to simp, subscribe, and tap it with your tip. Tap it with your tip. Everybody, tap it with your tip. Tap it with your tip.
Be reptilians, not stunt actor performers. Would always be reptilians, I suppose. That is always a feasible explanation. Look at Alexis Stone Instagram. They did a Jim Carrey mask that wasn't Jim himself. I don't believe that for a second. That sounds more like an easy marketing stunt. Let me see. Who was it? Alexis Stone? I mean, what is this the evidence? Alexis Stone is Jim Carrey in Paris. And then it's just 2 photos at the Paris premiere with no, like, behind the scenes or anything of the mask. If it's a mask, it should be super easy to show that, right? Yeah, there's nothing. There's no further info on it. It's just these 2 pictures from Alexis Stone. I can do that too. I can say I went to the premiere as Jim Carrey and just post this on my Instagram as well.
Oh, that's funny, man. Shit's wild, man. Shit is wild.
It'd be really easy for Alexis Stone to show that this is not Jim Carrey and it's actually a mask.
I dig it, man. I dig it. I think I'm probably going to head to bed kind of early tonight, though. Like I said, I've been still feeling... I feel like way better today. Like I feel actually functional enough to even do a live stream, which honestly, it feels good to get back into it. It feels good to even talk to you guys again. I missed you guys. And honestly, I just love talking to you guys. I think it's cool. I love reacting to videos. I like seeing like what you guys are thinking. And I may not agree with all you guys, but I do have fun reading your comments, though. I do enjoy it. Give me a moment. Oh shit, my boy Copper Cab is
What's going on?
in the world of VR, dude. Hey, have a good night, Mr. Ty Lord. Love you, bro.
I said, hey, what's going on? And I'm crying. Oh my gosh, you are crying. I cry.
Okay, damn it.
I'll be able to do it tomorrow. Stuff, and I created all this you see here. I modeled it in Blender. These are some of my my staffs and my bows and my swords, as you can see here. Yeah, so we saw it. Yeah. I made all this stuff.
Copper
here.
cab, baby.
Been working on making a game. This isn't actually the updated version. It's shovels in the snow. And I put the snow here, and I got mountains and stuff, and trees, and the skybox. I didn't make the skybox.
Boring. Boring. Oh, man. All right, we'll watch this real quick.
So this is the...
So this will be the last video that I'll react to for the night. Then I'm going to end the stream so I can get back to, you know, I got to make my bed and stuff like that. So we'll watch this, and it's only like 6 minutes, and then I'll end the stream for the night. Let's keep going.
The highlights, the Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton deposition crash outs.
When you saw photos of your husband in a hot tub laying on a beach and getting massaged by other women, and you knew that Jeffrey Epstein was involved in some of these trips and these things, did it...
Man, she doesn't like...
I mean, she's known. Here's the thing. Hill Dog is known that Bill has been sticking his dirty wiener in just about everything, man.
Yeah, huh?
Concern you at all?
I'm here not to offer my opinions. I'm here to answer specific questions to the best of my ability.
When you saw your husband in these photos with a young woman being massaged, what went through your mind?
I am not going to speculate.
After knowing that Jeffrey Epstein was convicted of sex crimes, did any of these photos of your husband with women being massaged on the beach, did it concern you?
I have no context for even answering that question.
He's your husband. Like, what do you mean you have no context?
Okay.
You're still married, Madam Secretary. Still married,
very
correct?
true.
Okay. Can you identify...
Yeah, it's wild because Bill has technically cheated on her several times. And it's just like... I mean, maybe they got... I don't know. They probably got an open relationship or some bullshit like that, but I don't know. Crazy.
Identify the man in these photos.
Let me
Just for the
guess.
record, you would like her to identify pictures of her spouse?
Who's this? This is my husband.
42nd President of the United States of America?
Is that
is
right?
my husband.
Okay,
Yes.
how about the location?
I have no knowledge of the location. I have no context
Yeah, of course you don't. Because Bill didn't tell you.
for the location. I know
Jeez.
nothing about the location.
Do you know the names of any of the young girls in those photos?
But are you saying she should be able to know who individuals
No, I think what I'm saying...
if she should be able to, they're asking if it's a question.
is that
the photos are
what I'm saying is that in a normal relationship, you would probably ask the person that you're sleeping with who that person in the photo is.
Exactly.
You have said that.
Yeah. But here's the thing. They don't have a normal relationship. I mean, Bill Clinton like legitimately got a blowjob in the Oval Office. So it's crazy. Big Bill.
That you've never been to Mr. Epstein's island, is that correct?
I am so tired of answering that question. If you have one scintilla of evidence to the contrary, put it forward. I have never been on his island, period. I've never been in his homes, his offices, because I never
But Big Bill has. Big Bill has.
met the guy.
And your husband flew on Jeffrey Epstein's plane 17 to 26 times, correct?
He made several trips with different legs on the trip.
By this standard of behavior, multiple credible accusers, including Juanita Broderick, who alleged rape against your husband. Your husband was disbarred in Arkansas, lost his license, flew on Epstein's plane dozens of times, visited Epstein's island.
Oh, they're really getting her mad.
That is not true. That is absolutely
How is it not true?
Which
untrue.
part's not true?
Well, there's documentation in the DOJ files. I'm not sure you're aware, your attorneys have told you, but Jeffrey Epstein told one of the victims to lie to investigators, to lie that Bill Clinton was ever on Epstein Island. I can provide that.
Oh, how about, I didn't even hear about this. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Photos in swimming pools, hot tubs with unidentified young women.
It is so speculative. I mean, swimming in a pool, sitting in a hot tub, There are millions of people who do that without any improper behavior or certainly committing any crimes. So I
Do you think most of the
men.
men are like your husband that did anything wrong? By were they being surrounded by young women, giving them massages on Jeffrey's private
We all know that Bill's a horn dog, so.
estate or private plane? Are they all innocent then?
You know, you are
Oh man, this is good.
making assumptions in your questions that have not been proven and I don't believe are provable. How can I answer questions about a person that I don't believe I ever even met, although maybe I was in the same room once?
Excuse me, can I interrupt?
I have
there
another-
are photos that are being released. If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how that
I'm
can
done
occur?
with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home.
Jesus Christ.
This is just typical behavior. Oh, for heaven's
So I would like to understand how that
She's going full Karen crash out. Full Karen crash out, man.
So,
Permissible.
dude.
It doesn't matter. We all are abiding by the same rules.
Oh
no. Yeah, I'm done.
Oh my God, she's so mad.
The record.
Trying to get at is some context for the public on whether you remember this photo.
Yeah.
So do you recall the details of this photo, recall the photo being taken?
Oh.
No, I don't think I ever knew the photo was taken.
He's happy. Look at his face.
No, I don't think I ever
Oh my God.
knew the photo was taken.
Do you remember where it was taken? Where was it taken?
Yeah.
This picture was taken in Brunei. We flew one night on a trip to Asia.
You said we.
Well, my TEL team that was working, and Mr. Epstein was there, and Miss Maxwell, and he said, I want you to stay at this hotel, and I hope you'll use the pool. So I did, and then I got out and went to bed, exhausted. It's quite enlightening if you watch this.
Yes, it's noted.
It'll give you a different feel.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not joking. The lawyer literally had to snatch the album of photos away from him.
I don't think there's anybody.
He's just laughing. He's like, oh, yeah, shit, maybe I did do some shit. Oh, okay. Maybe Big Bill just don't remember.
The hot tub, I didn't forgotten that there was anybody in the hot tub, but it was big, but it was about.
Well, there's
He's asking in the pool
It appears
area.
this photo, there's a girl over here. Or there's someone.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is.
He has no idea.
So you don't know?
No.
Have you ever,
Dude. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I forgot all about I have no recollection of this.
Okay, this is a little sketchy.
Yeah, I have no idea at all.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Big Bill. Bill Clinton's a scary guy. Bill Clinton allegedly is a scary guy. Allegedly. Let's keep going.
had contact with an individual by the name of Shantae Davies? Did you ever receive a massage or have physical contact from her or anyone else on that trip?
You've seen the pictures. There was one time.
He knew exactly where she was trying to go with this. He remembers the massage.
Bill Clinton's a creepy guy. Bill Clinton's a creepy guy. Allegedly. Bill Clinton's a creepy guy. Allegedly.
Specifically, he knows that there's the photo.
When I was sitting up and I got a back rub, a neck rub.
Did you ever visit Epstein's Little St. James Island?
No.
We have Virginia Guthrie, who has testified seeing you on the island with 2 young girls. Did this occur at all? Why do you think she would have made that claim?
Objection. Speculation.
Epstein said, you quote, like them young. Why would Epstein say that about you?
Are you asking his opinion?
First of all, that's not true.
What's not true?
That I have any interest in underage.
I didn't say underage. I said young.
But it's still not true. I hate this, but because I don't believe I should inject anything. He never, the president, never, this is 20-something years ago, never said anything to me to make me think he was involved in anything improper with regard to Epstein either. The only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s. And I have no information that he did anything wrong.
Man, fighting for a pardon? You know, again, like, dude.
Have you ever?
This is just really, that is fucking crazy. How old is this guy now? He's like 78, 79. Guy's almost 80 years old. Man, how about that? Yeah, it's 79. There it is. Spine going down memory lane. Yeah, remember that?
That is crazy. Honestly insane, man. Wild. Oh. Man, Little Punch. My goodness. I've been watching these little videos of this sweet monkey. He's a sweet monkey. Poor Little Punch. Why the Midgar Zolom is so important.
Final Fantasy VII is a memorable game for a number of reasons that equal parts augmented and also reinvented the wheel on the format of the JRPG. Even looking at small, seemingly insignificant facets of the overall game, we can glimpse in these particulars the many interesting ways in which setting, story, and gameplay were designed and built harmoniously together for a unique RPG experience. The Midgar is one such example, an ominous, optional boss planted shortly after the player enters the overworld. It left a marked impression on many players in the early game, and became...
I remember the first time I thought I could cross, and then had to encounter the Midgar Zolom. And that thing killed me. It kicked my ass. And that's when I soon realized that I had to find another way to get across, and it turned out that I had to catch a chocobo. So I figured that out. I was like, okay, because I'm not strong enough at this point in the game to take on this optional boss.
Part of the legacy of Final Fantasy VII. Delving into precisely why this is, the Midgar proves an excellent case study in JRPG game design, blending obstacle with story, and most importantly, player agency. Firstly, looking at setting and gameplay structure, the Midgar is strategically placed between the dungeon-esque city of Midgar that we've recently escaped and spent the first part of the game playing through, and the wider overworld that we have recently been introduced to. It discreetly throttles the ability to roam free and confines us to the first section of the first continent, which contains and encourages us towards both the village of Calm and Chocobo Bill's farm. The Midgar is then, in effect, the classic broken bridge concept in RPG design, an obstacle which confines us and keeps us on rails until a specific task has been completed. Rather than a literal broken bridge, as seen in the earliest Final Fantasy game, or even other later titles, such as Grand Theft Auto for example, the Midgar is in fact baked organically into the setting as a living, breathing threat that looms large between the player and progression onto the Mithril Mines and the next stage of our adventure. The gameplay format of the Midgar as a potential rather than mandatory enemy, yet importantly also one that we can see as a live threat moving around in the lake on the overworld, is an interesting one. The fact that we can see it in the overworld, minding its own business until we try to cross the lake, the fact that we have the option to encounter it or not and engage it in battle, emphasises player agency within the world of Final Fantasy VII, and as futile as it might seem in giving the player the choice to either fight the Zolom or attempt to cross the lake on foot, it nonetheless offers an element of self-determinism that, much like the illusion of scope of the overworld itself, made Final Fantasy VII, and particularly at the time of its release in 1997, seem like a vast world of various player-determinate possibilities. There is a dynamic, almost minigame-esque aspect to this small, fleeting lake with a dangerous snake in it that speaks to what comes later and the decisions we're able to take there. Whether that is...
this is good. This is real good, man. Okay, I did say that I'm going to go to bed, so I need to make my bed. I washed my sheets earlier, and I am pretty tired. Yeah, not going to lie, I'm a little tired. I got to take a shower and all that stuff, so I got to take a shower. Yeah. Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Want you back. Want you back. Want you back for good. Whenever I'm wrong, just tell me the song and I'll sing it. You'll be right and understood. Want you back. Want you back, say I want you back for good. All right, but I do want to thank you guys for taking the time to join me on this stream. If you guys want to tune in for more, tap the subscribe button in the upper right-hand corner. I mean, the more subscribers we get, the better. It does help. It does help us out. So, yeah, the simple act of subscribing really does help out a lot. Tap it with your tip. No, just... Yep, more subscribers we get, the better, man. That's all I got to say. More subscribers, the more we thrive. Anyway, I'm going to end the stream right now in 3, 2, 1. Have a good night, everybody.